Hello, it's Chloe from Water River Flowers here. We've got a few flowers here that I did up with the leftover flowers from Valentine's Day. Today's Valentine's Day. They're the ones I finished up with yesterday that I had left over. Just popping into these little vases, jars to go on the tables at the cellar door for the event tonight. What I wanted to talk to you about today, because we're running out of time, I always find myself running out of time and it's come and gone before I realise and then it's too late. But cool flowers. For anyone that doesn't know what cool flowers is, it's simply getting plants into the ground 6 weeks before your first frost date so that they can establish a little bit while it's still a bit warmer enough to handle winter, come out the other side and get flowers as early as possible in spring. So I'm always pushing the boundaries with it, trying different things. But this book here is a really good starting point. This is Cool Flowers by Lisa Mason Ziegler. And she covers it really well, explains it really well. I found this book so helpful when I was first starting and trying it. And she lists out some of the flowers that you can overwinter and what temperatures they can handle. So we've got things like foxgloves, black-eyed Susan, Gadesha, Lisianthus, larkspur, delphinium, just to name a few. And so this book I would say is a must if you are starting out. I wouldn't say a must, but certainly very helpful in getting started. Now, I just wanted to say it is that time of year where we need to be thinking about it right now. I find myself oftentimes not thinking about it until it's too late, and then I'm planting and then I'm too close to our first frost date. The first step would need to be is work out approximately when your first frost date is. Now, our first frost date is generally around the start to mid of May. And I've only been here for a couple of years, so I'm still working that out because the more years you've got to bounce against each other and average it out is a bit easier. But if I sort of work on that, that gives me a good working point and a good time to work with. But if you have a ball account and you order plugs, you will be needing to get your orders in now. For me, we've got our forward orders in already for between week 11 and week 14. Week 14 is probably pushing it a little bit, but like I said, I like to push the boundaries with it a bit, trying different things. Last season we covered a fair bit with cross cloth. This season I'm going to try and resist the urge to cover anything and just see how it goes. I know I could lose some stuff, which is why I've got to resist the urge to cover it, but I want to get to the point where I know what does and doesn't work with and without the frost cloth, so I prefer to not have to be covering with frost cloth. I found it really difficult to be doing that and trying to keep it on the rows. We are hoping to get in a shade house, which isn't going to stop the frost completely or anything like that, but it might help protect them a little bit, but I'm not sure if we will get that in or not in time. But anyway, back to if you do forward orders with ball for plugs, you need to be getting those orders in now. And if you plant from seed, you need to be getting the seeds in now so that they're ready to plant out into your garden beds again at that same time, just 6 weeks before your frost date. There are some of the cool flowers that handle the colder temperatures better than others, so that's why I'm always testing out what works and what doesn't. I had no problem with Veronica, Skylar series and Snapdragons last season I didn't cover and they made it through fine. Unfortunately we had a big lot of hail just before we had frost, so our Snapdragons got a bit knocked around, but the ones that didn't get taken out by the hail came through really well. So yeah, just came here to say you need to think about that now. Get your orders in to make sure you get what you want when you want so that you're planting them when they need to be planted. And happy growing. I hope if you're trying this out for the first, second, third or fourth time, whatever you're doing, that it works amazing and you have flowers early in spring. So, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, comment. We love it when you comment on our videos. We know what you enjoy, what videos we can do in the future for everybody to be able to learn from. So your comments are muchly appreciated, as are your likes and your subscribes. And we will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.